hello. Oh, there I go. There's my video. Do, 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 do. Hello, hello. Hello, lovely people. I'm mowing the grass out there. So I've shut the door because it's very noisy. Woo! Oh, Sandy Poppins, hello. Oh, my hands look filthy, covered in ink. Hello, hello, hello. It's been cold here today. Very cold. Oh, Chrissy, thank you. I'm glad I'm the highlight of somebody's day. Do you know, I don't know what's going on with my fringe. Hang on, let's see if we can put some order into it. Ooh, does that look a bit better? It's a bit flyaway, isn't it? I don't know what's going on. No, I haven't made a blind bit of difference. Vicky! Oh my goodness me. My future daughter-in-law is watching. Yay. Sandra, yes. Tell the rectum to go and sort them out. 5:30 AM in New Zealand. Oh, Iris, yes, look at all these dolls up here. I have some big ones as well, actually, Iris. I've probably got one. Remind Maisie to see if I can find one for you, Iris. Yeah? There'll be one you can have. Oh, yes, I love this shade of green. I don't know, I would never wear green before, but I love it now. So I wear a lot of green now. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Karina. Oh, I think they've stopped with the lawnmowers. I'm not sure. Do, 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 do. Hello, everybody. So I don't know if you've realised, but the camera flip is working. But the actual... I have to do that. The actual... I'm still portrait, which is strange. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing it. But at least the camera flip is right. So now this is my right hand. That was driving me mad. So yeah, you can see all the Monster High with it being this way, can't you? I have, look, they, oh, wrong one. They are, they go right to that end and they go right to that end as well. And I have more. I have more in my office. I think I have some in my loft as well in the attic. But I have lots in my American office as well. So I don't think they make Monster High anymore. I don't know. Some of these are collectors. That one in the box, that's a real collector's one. The one next to it is a collector's one. The double-headed one, that's quite a collector's one now. I think the girl with the boat on the head. There's quite a lot of really collectibles. They cost a fortune. So Mr. Boo is fine. He's up in his chair. I'm sure he'll be down because it's a bit nippy out there. Is this really weird with the comments now? There's different comments on different screens, so if I miss you, I'm really sorry. It is what it is. Yes, Nancy, they're discontinued and high priced, and I have about 100. I know that one in the middle, the one in the box, in a boxed condition, is going for quite a few $100s. And the Los Muertos one and the double-headed one are really, really expensive. But I love them. They're just my faves. I have some of the guys. I have one of the guys in the wheelchair. I've got so many. These are Monster High. Oh no, these are Little Fair. Yeah, these are Monster High as well, I think these are the Monster High pets. There's some more boxed ones over there as well. I just adore them. Yeah, so these comments, some come, some don't. So comments down there have stopped, so comments are up here now. God, I can't even read them up there. They're so small. They're so small up here. Oh, a pen obsession. Oh, my skin, thank you. Marisa, no problem, darling. I'm glad you enjoyed them. The first one and yesterday was sort of more the mental health chat. The rest we're just playing. What day is it today? Friday. Is this the fifth one? Wow. Yeah, they're not. The comments aren't coming down there. I can hardly read them up here. Thank you for this amazing reflective week. The conversation has been amazing. Oodles of fun with intermittent seriousness. Jill was laughing so hard last night. These are really hard. Expecting me to be baking or on my bathroom doing facials. Why are the comments not coming down here? I daren't go out of it because if I go out of it, I'll lose my screen. That's what happened yesterday, wasn't it? I don't know why I have no comments down there. Oh, might be coming back. Are they coming back? It's the bane of my life. The bane of my life, but at least I think everything is the right way round. Yes! Look, you can read them now. So that's good. That is my... that's my mat for my tea. Oh no, comments have gone again. Oh, Art from the Heart delivery arrived. Cool. Joe's been loving in everything about this week. It's not finished yet. It's still mental health week. It's the 10th, I think, to the 17th. No, I can see the things. I know how to get comments. They're just not on here. I would think after 15 months of doing it, I do. Thank you, but I do know how to get comments. They just disappear. They're just playing up today. And they just keep disappearing. There's more pens tonight. You're obsessed with pens since I was very little. Most kids wanted to visit the toy shop. I love the stationery shop. I loved the stationery shop as well. I am very obsessive with certain things, and certain things I have to have a low off. I have a lot of. So those of you offering me tips on how to get the comments, I know how to get the comments, but tonight they are not appearing. Okay? Do, 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 do. What did I say last night? If I want advice, I'll ask for it. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ding, 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 ding. Oh my goodness me, Manuela's bought a paintbrush pot. Her who hates paintbrushes. Unbelievable. Oh, more deliveries from Out From The Heart. He was really busy today. I popped up and it was quite quiet the day before, so they didn't have as many staff in, and he was just heaving with orders. Big fabric orders as well. I spent so long yesterday cutting fabric orders for the store, and when I finished last night, yeah, if I wanted your opinion, I'd give it to you. That's my dad used to say that as well. And when I finished here last night, I went up to the sewing room and I cut for another hour because there were so many more orders. So that was good. Claire, just starting to use dip pens. I got excited with the ink. We'll be paying a visit to Art From The Heart. There's no point paying a visit to Art From The Heart because we're not open. So you'd have to go to the Art From The Heart website. Sorry about that. We're not opening. We're too busy with lots of other stuff. We're too busy with lots of other stuff. Stationery is a comfort blanket. I loved it going back to school. And again, because we didn't have a lot of money growing up, that wasn't something that was, you know, other things were more important. So now I buy all the stationery and I don't care. I don't care. You know, I can afford it. I could do drugs, couldn't I? Or I could drink alcohol, and I don't. I do pens. Pens and fabric. Benny's good. Yes, he is really good. Shaka, I'm going to talk about pens. I'm just going to show you different ones. She's overwhelmed with all the different fountain pens, the prices and recommendations. I will talk about them in a minute. Oh, Claire, you did mean online. Good, yeah. Do I have favourite scissors, shears for fabric cutting? Tim's big ones most of the time. And then I have my dressmaking shears, which I've had for years. I have no idea what make they are. They're up there. So, bought 3 Lamy pens this morning. Yay. Are you England or are you America? Did you clean up your sewing room? Yes. Can I just say, when I say I have to clean up, it's not like most people have to clean up. There might be 2 things out of place. It doesn't take long. Emmy whizzed it round today. Oh, Seth says to say hi. Hi, Seth. He's lovely, is Seth. Oh, loads of comments just came in. Good grief. Was it asleep? Yes, you can get fountain pens for left-handers. My granddaughter Maisie's left-handed, and I bought her Lamy left-handed ones. And if you want left-handed ones in England, you just email Ben and he'll get them for you. Oh, Annette's ready for today. Pens, inks, cauliflower, notebook. Yeah, cauliflower. Do I have the Blackwing Woody Guthrie? Of course I do. My goodness me, I have everything. Is this the Woody Guthrie? Hang on. I have the lot. There's the Woody Guthrie pencils. And there'll be the collector ones somewhere. Where's the collector? I have all the collector pencils as well. There we go. That's the collector in its little file. Anything Blackwing I own. I have them all there, look. Tons and tons and tons of them. No, I've missed loads of comments again now. Correct, Tessa, yes. People say that to me, how I'm so lucky. No, it is what it is. Oh, Leslie. Leslie, did you, can you see your jar up there? I gave it a real talk about it on Monday. I don't know if you saw Monday's video, but I chatted all about your my jar that Leslie had made for me with the one-eyed Mr. Boo. Just adore it. But if you watch Monday's video, I extol your virtues in there. The left-handed struggle, I know, sorry. Yeah, Lammy do left-handed pens because Maisie has them. So the left-handed nibs, really, they're not pens, they're left-handed nibs. So, yeah, Marisa, your drawing's there. Sharka's drawing of me is in my office in America. Okay, hello. So, what shall I do? Oh, yeah, he's loving it, Leslie. But I did talk about it a lot. So, okay, so yesterday's... oh, let me show it again. There must... sorry, I didn't know. There's people on who didn't. So the gorgeous Wesley, the gorgeous Leslie had these made for Mr. Boo. Because Mr. Boo only has one eye. So that is his little dish. Sexy Susie's on the line. And this is his little jar. And it's just gorgeous. Oops, wrong way. Just gorgeous, isn't it? Because the camera's the opposite way. It just confuses me. So there's Mr. Boo. And it's absolutely beautiful. And it's made from a... Oh, you can see it this time because it's the right way. Arts, folks. And she had it made for me. And she ordered it and it took months. I think she was quite concerned about it and it took months to come. So it's waiting to go back up to the house because it keeps his little treats in it. And then he has a little bit of meat on a night and he has it on that plate. That's his little bit of meat plate. So, yeah. So, I was supposed to be doing all inks yesterday and we ended up having mental health chats. So, we'll go back to doing inks again today. So, I was doing, in one of my Dyalog books, I decided, sorry, I thought that was Mr. Boo and it's not. The little cat from next door, she's only about 5 months old. And it's like just a smaller Mr. Boo. It's so funny. So I've been filling this in. So I thought I would go through this and show you. So I did some of the lammies there. I'll turn it upside down in a minute and show. Look at all the diamines. I was doing some diamines. I've even gone on to the next page. And those are some of the shimmers. They're not all of them because I have got tons. But I'm going to show you how I started it and how I fill it in. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through some of the inks and make my book. And then I'll talk about some of the pens because I have had so many people talk about the fountain pens. And then I pulled 2 journals out that have actually got some fountain pen writings in on some of the pages, just to show, because I know some people are like, well, what's that got to do with journaling? Anything is to do with journaling, anything. It doesn't really matter. So I brought my, I brought my inks down from up there. Look, here's all the baskets of ink. So I brought all those down, and then I've got all my pens and things there. So I'm not quite sure now. Let me turn it back again. What's going to happen when I spin it? Because it normally goes that way, but I'll have to see what the screen says. Hang on, let me look at the screen and see. No, you see, that's sideways, isn't it? So, is it that way? It's so weird. Come on, update as soon as you can. That way, there we go. Gosh, that's a weird angle, isn't it? It's normally across. I don't like it. I don't like that you can only see this really small angle. They will they will update it eventually. They'll get it back, but it's just so annoying because I've only got this small workspace now, which is not what I want because my setup is meant to go this way. It's so weird. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. So this is just one of my dialogues, and this is the dialogue with, this is the grid one. Okay, so this is the grid dialogue, and I will do something fancy on here saying inks. And then all I did was, these are my lamy, and I just did these squares in, which I'll show you how I do. And then I've left a page in between because obviously that I have more, so each one I have them in between. So that's my Dyamine shimmers. It's the down the bottom, it's the purples, because if you notice what I've done is I have cools on the left, I have warms on the right, and then I've got like the purples, blacks and greys sort of across the bottom. This is slightly different in the lamy because these are 2 different types of inks. I'll talk about those in a minute, but that's why there's some at the bottom. So you can see, and all I've done, those are Twisby inks. Those are the Troublemakers. That's because my American phone is on. Let me tell, because I wanted to show you it for quilts. Let me, are we, oh, I've lost it now as well. You still see me? I'm going to have to bring this down to see, aren't I? Facebook, stop doing this to me. You give me heart attack, Facebook. Okay. Right, it's back. Sorry, that was my American phone. Oh no, that wants to turn off again. I put it on to show you where I do quotes, etc. But when I put it on, I get all these stupid calls from America all the time. So I just have to turn this off. And then it'll go. There we go, slide to power off. Okay. So Ferris wheel press. And then I've got empty gaps here. But I still have like some odds. So anyway, this is what, let me show you what I did. So I leave a space in between because I know I'm going to have lots more of them. And I can always insert some later if I want. And then just with my journal block and a black pen, all I did was I left, hang on, did I leave 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 6. So I started 6 grids down. and it's just easier to just do one side and then catch it on the other side. So I did 6 grids, then I did 2, and then I'm going to do 5. This 2 is to write the name in, the 5 is for the swatch. So it's 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5. I think it runs out at the bottom. We might only have 4 at the bottom, but it is what it is. It's not a quiz. It's not going to be tested on. Okay, so it's easier to do 1/2, and then on this side I only need a name, the big name there, so I start there and then I have a 4 at the top. So then I just come on this side. If you try to do one continuous line right across, you will come a cropper in the middle because they're sort of different heights. Okay. So I just do this. You could do it in pencil first, but then you've got to rub it all out. So, and there can be any size. I know now people will be going, how many grids did you say? How many grids? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever is pleasing to you. You might not have many inks at all, so you might just have a couple of pages, you know. And then I split this in 3, which is an ish. So it's about 7 grids, I think. Everything I do is different. And then on this one, it's about 7 again, but I'm not going through the top because I don't want to do... That's where I've got the actual... That's what I'm going to write. So I think at the moment I've written... Yes, I'm going to leave that blank. And then I've got in here lots of like odds and sods where I probably won't get too many more. So that's how I made all the other pages, okay? So I'm going to make one for this. No, it's a... Well, can people stop giving me advice on how to film? I do this constantly. It's very lovely you're giving me advice, but I do know what I'm doing. It's a Facebook glitch, okay? It's just this week. It's just these videos. Normally, everything works fabulously. So thank you very much, but I don't need you to give me advice on how to do it. It's a Facebook glitch, and it will sort itself out when it does. Okay? Thank you. Right, so I'm going to do one now which is more odds and ends. So I'm going to do the first one that will say odds and ends. But then I'm going to do it in a slightly different format because I need to write the name, because this is just going to say odds and ends at the top here, okay, which I shall write in, or odds and sods as we like to call it. Odds and sods. Okay, so with these, I'm going to need a bigger space to write. So I still think I am going to do the lines across like I did before. But I'm going to split it differently, so I've got a bit more room to write. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Gosh, that sounds like a seagull. I don't live anywhere near the sea. So here, I need to write sort of different information, really, because it depends, you know, because I've got some Noodler's ink, I've got some Tashi ink, you know, I've got some different inks, organics, etc. So, it, you know, I can't do it like this, like I did with these, because these are all diamine. So then I have the little bit. So I'm going to leave this bit at the front here. So I will, let me think. Let's have this one a bit wider. And let's have this one a bit wider. And then here is going to be info. Okay. So the first one, I'm going to write in here, Organics Studio. Organics Studio. I think I bought this at the Queen's Ink when I bought my favourite pen, which is the Tatcha pen, but this was a very expensive pen. And I'm sure that's, I fill it with this ink. Let me just have a look. Yes, it is. And it's like a brown shimmer. So I'll just show you. So when you're doing swatches with a shimmer, can you see the shimmer there? You see where that is? You have to get the ink going, because otherwise you just get the colour and then you just might forget. So this colour is called, it's Cystine Brown Shimmer. So that's going to go in here. Cystine Brown Shimmer. And I just have a little water pot. It's really weird, this funny way, because I don't have the room. Then I just give it a little shake, and just with a normal brush, you would just, that's it. And then I just rinse it, and I usually have a piece of kitchen roll as well. And that's all I do to make my thing. I'm just going to, I had a clip here earlier. Where's the clip gone? Oh, you can never find anything. I just can't get the stuff. Anyway, that's that one. So I'm just going to put some odds and sods in here. So that can be Organic Studios. I'll draw the lines over here actually as well. And I'm going to leave a couple of rows for them just in case I get any more of this one. In fact, if I look at the bottle, it'll probably tell me somewhere. Let's have a look. Oh, there you go. The Queen's Ink. This was $14. I can't remember when I bought that. Probably 18 months, 2 years ago. And that is the pen that I normally have in my handbag. So I won't have many, but that can be sort of the organics, okay? And then I have some Noodler's inks, and I buy these from Scrapbook and Memories, the Noodler's inks. Now this was a white Noodler's ink, and it's horrible. I hate it. And I'll leave it there just to remind me that I hate it. It's called The Whiteness of the Whale, but look at the colour. It's just so weird. So anyway, but these are Noodlers. And these are quite good. So I'm just going to leave that one for the organics there. And then in here, I'm going to write Noodlers. Okay. So some of these are a bit different. This is a normal ink. This is a red black. This is a normal ink. I love this. This is called a lubricated ink. That's a turquoise. And then this one is, where's the name of it? Oh, it's called General of the Armies, is this one. And I don't know if you can see where it's a different colour at the bottom, because it's one of those like two-tony. Can you see it's green here and it's like a purpley at the bottom? So a lot of inks have that going on with them. I'm just going to do these two first, and then I will... So I don't know if you can see the shimmer? I'm not sure if that's picking up, but there's a shimmer in there. So I have my water pot here, and I just clean it at that end, and then I rinse it in that end. Always have two different bits, because otherwise you'll contaminate your inks. So, ooh. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And that one is just called Turquoise. Okay, what did I say this one was called? This one is Red Black. Now, with the Dyamines, if it was the little sample bottles, I actually put an S for sample bottles, because I have sample bottles of the Dyamines, and then I have big bottles as well. So to me, it's important to know if I've got the sample. And when I say sample, the samples came from the Advent calendar. Okay, so that's those two noodlers. And then this one, I wonder if this one is shaking anymore. It's not shaking up too well, but this one is, yeah, this is called General of the Armies. It's just a strange name, isn't it? I have to write smaller. General of the Armies. Come on, shake up. I should have shaken this before, shouldn't I? I should have laid it on its side. Oh, some of you might ask, so for example, this bottle of ink, look, the shimmer is at the bottom. So why do I store my shimmer like this when I tell you to store my Dylusion shimmer on its side? And that's because my Dylusion sprays have a straw, and this can block the straw. There's nothing to block in here, nothing to block at all. And so it's quite easy. Can you see? It's quite easy to shake up the shimmer in these bottles. But on my bottles, there's the straw pump. So, oh, I need to shake that again. So it's a bit different. Okay, this is gorgeous. And like I say, I bought these at Scrapbook and Memories near Kansas. Okay, so there's my noodlers. Tassia, let's have the Tassia here. This is a gorgeous colour. Really nice bottles as well. And again, I bought this at the Queen's Ink. And I don't think it's got a name, if I remember rightly. Hang on. I think... I don't know if it's called Nakabayashi or whether that's a maker. I'm going to put that down because I don't really know, but that's all I've got on the bottle. You watch, every bottle will probably have that on, but I've probably said it really badly, but it is what it is. Okay, so that can go at the back there. What else have I got that's an odd one? This one. This is Hippo. Hippo Purple. That was, the Hippo one was one that I did as a Kickstarter. So they were sort of very limited edition. And I got some of their books and a couple of their inks, but I think they must be in America because I was looking in the house and they're not in the house. So this is just a normal ink. So what did I call it? Hippo. Forgot the top line. Hippo. Because you have to remember what they are, to whether you like them, to whether you need to buy a new, you need to know, is it a small bottle? Is it a big bottle? Is it, look at that. Just gorgeous. This is called, Oh, where is the name? Oh, sorry, purple, it's on the top. You fool! You fool, Dyan. Most of these inks are made well, Lamy, I think, are Germany. Most of the inks are America. Dyamine are UK. Dyamine are UK based. Okay, so I've also got this one, which is the Sumi ink for manga drawing, but because it's not for my fountain pens, I'm not going to do that one. So there's my little odds and sods draw there. So let's go back a bit and you can just blot it. Let's go back here. What have we got next? TWSBI. Let's bring out the TWSBI inks. So, woo! All these TWSBI inks are just plain. There's no shimmers. So let's just put warms, cools and purple. Okay, so we have here, this is Prairie Green. And now I've actually got my space back. This one is Emerald. I will be ordering more inks. Now I'm back in one position. I just wanted to get my area right. And Sky Blue. So none of them really need shaking. Inks don't need shaking. It's just I only shake them if they've got the shimmers in. So again, you could have all yours on one page. Oh, how gorgeous is that? You could have them on one page, but I know I'm you know, I will be buying a lot more inks, so there's no point having one page for me. Because I love them. You can colour with these as well. You could do, you know, you could stamp like some of my Dylusion stamps and you could colour in with these. No problem. You could put them in water brushes if you wanted to. I think it's a bit of a waste. I wouldn't use that much, but you could do. Ooh. Ooh, I get so excited. Now, when I first started, I used to put colours. You know, I used to put, if I had a green pen, I used to put a green ink, but I have so many now. So many now I don't. So I'm not, oh, what's this one called? Sorry. Orange. And you might be thinking, why are we watching this? Because this is the things that I do to help with my mental health. This is what I call maintenance. I don't have to be creative. I don't have to think too much, but I still am being creative without it being too taxing on my brain. So, you know, when I'm really struggling to be really productive, these are the things that I do. So I still feel as though I am achieving something. Let's put that on there. I still feel I'm achieving something, but I don't have to put the pressure, the added pressure of making myself do something, if you see what I'm saying. This is a gorgeous purple, this TWSBI purple, that's royal purple. Let me just set that on there, there we go. So those are the TWSBIs. So I have got a couple of Troublemaker. I have tons of new Troublemakers coming, absolutely loads of the Troublemaker inks coming. And they all vary, they're different. These are from the Philippines, these Troublemaker inks. So do they have a colour on them, or is it on there? Kelp tea, goodness me. So you can just blot this before you turn it over if you're worried. I'm not worried. Troublemaker. Oh, there's my clip. Bing. Right. So I think these are all warms by the look of it. So I will. So what have we got here? What did I say? Kelp tea. And I'm going to put an LG for large because Troublemaker come in large and small. So Kelp Tea, Adana. Because again, there's no point thinking you've got loads when you've actually only got a tiny bottle of it. So that one's Dona Victorina, blimey. So some like these are more expensive inks, but they're gorgeous. But you don't have to buy the massive big bottles like I do. You can, oh, that's gorgeous, but it should have been over there. Never mind, it can stay there. For some reason, I thought that was going to be more orangey. These Troublemakers are like two-tone, very, very two-tone. So, and they're more expensive, but they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. If an ink is expensive, there's usually a reason for it. Okay. You probably won't be, I don't know if it'll pick it up here, but I don't know if you can see, this has got some brown tones through it, and this has got some, yeah, that's got some brown tones through as well, actually. It's probably not picking up on camera, but you can get much smaller bottles as well. I just like to have them all because I can. Because do you know what? I've sacrificed things throughout my life, and now I can do what I like. Ooh. Do you know, I didn't expect that to be so dark. That is beautiful. I have got a lot of books like this in my office in America because sometimes that's what I do. I just sit in my office on a night making lots of these. Ooh, now this is a shimmer one. Look at that, you can see the shimmer in there. So in that case, I am going to make this side of the page shimmers. Okay. So this one is called Autumn Rain Grey. So the shimmers can be this side. Yeah, let's have shimmers over here. And these are nothing to do with Dylusions. They're just fountain pen inks. But I'm just showing you how you can record things because this is what, this is what calms my mental health. So they can go back in their stand now. So Ben, I will be raiding Art from the Heart for more of those. Let's see if you can see that shimmer. Oh, that is just stunning. I don't know if that's showing up, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this here. Can you see? Look, there's a bit of purple coming here. We've got some browns in, so that's what they are. So, and then I think I've just got the Ferris wheel press to do, so I'm going to do it. You know, and if you're bored, you can watch something else. So, with the Ferris wheel press, they actually have shimmers as well, and there's a lot of them. So I think what I might do is I might see, look, this is all these shimmers, and I'm going to collect a lot of these. So I think I might make this page for the normal, and I might make the page behind for the shimmer. So I'm going to do the normals. So I just have at this side, that one is called 3 Steamboats. It's a cool name, isn't it? And then over this side I've got Beaver Dam Brown. Beaver Dam Brown Double Raspberry. And you could do this with my inks as well. I don't need to do this because I know exactly what colour my inks are. Little Rabina. But if you're unsure, I mean, my inks are like my children. I can spot them a mile off. But if you're unsure, you could do this with my inks as well, you know. So, yes, Carla, we're facing the right way, but we're still portrait instead of landscape. But it will come. This drives me mad in these. There is a little plastic, and I'm never sure if you're supposed to keep it or not, but I always end up getting it all over my fingers. There we go. There's steamboats. Can you see now why I have to have them all? Because they all look different. I have to have every crayon in the box and every colour under the sun, because that's me. But I'm an adult and I can spend my money however I want to. And when I'm an old lady in nursing homes, I am going to write vicious letters to everybody using my fountain pens and ink. Because I can. And every single pink will be a different pink. If you're not good with colour, you won't notice that. But when you're somebody like me who just absolutely adores, you know, colour, I can spot when shades are off. I can spot if the, we have standards for my paints. And I can tell if they've moved the standard. And sometimes the chemist will try and trick me. And he'll show me something and I'll go, that's not bubblegum pink. Bubblegum pink's a bit bluer. And he's like, damn. So this is the really large bottle of these. I adore these because it's just, and this is one of the shimmers. So that's going to go on the other side as well. But so the really large bottle, these bottles go like this. Do you remember I had the tiny ones as well? These go like this. And then this is this way. So I'm going to turn over. That is gorgeous, that brown and that raspberry. Oh, I've got to draw it in. Never mind. Now I'm in the middle of the book, so this will actually be quicker to draw in. But I, because I can go straight across this time. And, you know, you just do what you want. You can just write them in when you want. You can prep it beforehand. Oops. You do you. I'll do me. And you do you. Because what's good for my mental health isn't necessarily good for yours. And what's good for yours is not necessarily good for mine. That's why I don't give you advice. I just tell you what I do. You know, people ask me all the time, what do you do when, you know, you don't get creative? I have always got something to do. Always. And, you know, especially maintenance work like this. Oh, I've done this page wrong. I forgot to do it there. Never mind. Never mind. See, look, I don't even count the squares. I know some of you will be counting your squares to make it even. What are you going to do? Hand this book down in your will. Doesn't matter. It's just a little record of doing things. So this is Ferris wheel press again, but in the shimmer. So I'm going to shimmer. So what have we got now? So we're going to put the... Now, a lot of these come in sets. This is like a Christmas set. So, do I do the set of 3 or do I just put them in? I'll probably split them like that. So this one is Misguided Mistletoe. Good grief. Misguided Mistletoe. I'll Okay, and then down here I'm going to put this grey one, which is actually called, where's it? Where's the box? April Showers. And this one is Sparkling Champagne. Oops. And then this will go in my Wondrous Winterberry. Got some long names here. Will go in my ink cupboard. And then I know exactly what colour, you know, that I want to use. And then I can pick it up and take it up to... Well, I don't need to. If I take it to Art from the Heart and I pick up one I've already got, I'll just take it back. But if it was somewhere else, I could just pick this up, take my book with me, then I would know if I've got the right colour or not. Okay. You must, the shimmer ones, you've got to make sure they are shaken up. So, and in your pens as well, before you use them, you need to shake them. Otherwise you won't get any shimmer. You'll just get the ink. And again, you can use these with dip pens, whatever you want to do. Shake, shake, shake. And again, it doesn't matter if you get bubbles in here. I always tell you not to shake my inks, but then we don't want bubbles to go up the straw. There's no straw here. So this was a Christmas edition. They bring out limited editions. The trio, these three were the trio. So that's the thing, what they've done here. They're very collectible, and they bring the 3 sets. But you can get the tiny little sets with them if you didn't want to go for the really big ones. You know, you don't have to have them all like me. I do. You don't. So I think I am done with my inks for now. So let's put that back in there. And I'm just going to move these out of the way because I don't want to knock them off the table. So I'm just going to move them into this thing here to take back up to the studio, because I just know what's going to happen. I'm a right clumsy clot. And I will end up tipping them everywhere. Wonderful. Okay, so they are ready to go back up. So I just don't know if these are gorgeous, but I just don't know if you're picking up the colour. So I will do a nice colour here for fountain pen inks. Do a nice cover on there. And then, so you can see these are the original Lamy pens, and these are what called the crystal inks. They're slightly different. These were the Diamine. So there was no shimmer in these Diamine. These were just the normal colours. But some have what's called a sheen, so it can look slightly two-tone. So these were all my Diamine ones. And again, I have a little code here. So standard means a plain ink. Sheen means it's got a little bit of a two-tone effect going on. And S I've just written for samples. I've put them here. When I say sample, I meant the small bottles, okay? So this one is a full bottle, but these are small. So I did all those colours there. They're not in any order, really, that, you know, because it doesn't matter. The cool's always on the left, warm's on the right. And then the purples, because I ran out of space there. So there were some purples. But again, this will be more cool. This will be more warm. And then these are the Diamine shimmers. And I'm not sure if they will pick up. You know, blue peppermint is absolutely gorgeous. So some are shimmers with a sheen. So again, some of them are two-tone. This black, this solstice black, is just absolutely gorgeous. So this is the English company. And then the Twisbys, which I showed you earlier. The Troublemakers, which I've got these gorgeous two tones. Ferris Wheel Press Shimmers, and Odds and Sods. So there's plenty of room in there. I might put a label on the front, I don't know. I might write something about why I like inks. I might go back and I might put dots on my writing, because you know what I'm like. I'm just doing this, and it's housework, it's maintenance, it's you're doing something, but you don't necessarily have to think too much. You know, I might go in and I might colour all these later. I don't know. I might stamp in there. I never know what I'm going to do, but I just might do that. So what these are all the inks. So for refilling, oh, that's what I wanted to do. I was going to refill a pen and show you. So I'm going to have to go back and pick one of the inks up, aren't I? But these are for the fountain pens. The cartridge pens, you could write, if you wanted to know what cartridge pens you've got, you could write. But these are for using my fountain pens with. So when you get fountain pens, the new hybrid of fountain pen now has dual purpose. So they can be a cartridge pen and they can be an ink pen. So for example, this is a Lamy pen. You could fit a cartridge in there, or you have what's called a converter. Okay, so this is an ink converter. And what you do is you would put this into your bottle of ink and then you would twist it up and it would suck the ink up and makes it like a little cartridge, and then you would put it in and you would use it. Then it would run out and then you would do it again and you would do it again and you do it again. So I'm going to put a green in here, but I don't always stick to the same green. So, you know, but I might think, how do I want to change it? So there's a Lamy green. Here's the Diamine greens. Festive Cheer's quite nice. Like this. I'm thinking of one actually. Mistletoe's quite nice there, isn't it? Behind you, that's a sample. Spearmint Diva. What shall I do? Do you know what? I might do this. Have I got another green pen? Yeah, I might do this Twisby Prairie Green, because that is really nice, isn't it? So I might do that. But when I swap it, I might put that green in, and then next time I might put a different colour green in, because it's all green. It doesn't matter. And you can rinse it out with water. You can just rinse that stopper out, you know, if you wanted to. Oh, actually, I think I need to put that one in there. I need to put that Tashy one in. So I'm just going to get that, pick it out, and then I'll show you. Now, I know people say, well, how do you know what ink is in your pen? I've no idea what ink is in my pen, because it doesn't matter. They all work. You might be bothered about it. I'm not bothered. I'm just not bothered about it at all. Okay. So you take this, you open this, you make sure that this is twisted down to the bottom, okay, because it wants to suck up like a pipette. And then I'm just twisting it until it stops, and you can see it is now full of gorgeous green ink. And then you put it in here and clip it. So this is one of the latest Lamys. And then you, oh, I was doing something earlier. Then you get it going. Sometimes they go straight away and sometimes they take a while. There we go. So, look how gorgeous that ink is. That's beautiful. That matches that gorgeously. So that's how you do it. So this pen, oh, I don't know. I was going to see if it had a price, but it doesn't. So that's that pen. So these are Lamy pens. So that's how you fill it anyway. That's how you fill them up. But, and then these here, I was showing you this the other day. These are all cartridges. All of these are cartridges. They all have different colours in. Okay, so with cartridges, you just pop it out, put another one back in. Okay, so all of these. So these different pens here, these are different Lamy pens. So this is, I think these are your Safaris with the silver clip on, okay? So they're sort of quite standard ones. Then these are more expensive with the big jewels. And it's all about the nibs. It's all about what the nibs are made of and different things. So all the pens will work really nicely, but it just depends. You can start with a small one, but I would never start with a really cheap one because cheap ones are not brilliant. They're not brilliant to use. This is quite a cheap one. This is platinum. Sorry, I've hurt my fingers. My arthritis is bad today, so I can't do a lot. But and they're fine, but when you write with them, you can tell the difference. It's like if you cook and you buy cheap knives, you know the difference between a cheap. That's a neon ink as well. That one actually. Let me see. Is it there? Oh, that's it. Look at that. That's it. It's a neon. All cartridge pens are not the same. If this is a platinum, so you have to put a platinum cartridge in. They won't fit into other pens at all. Okay, but they're quite cheap ones. These are the Twisbits, and what's quite nice about the Twisbits is they're smaller because they fit like this. And what you can do is you can hold it like that, or you can post it. This is called posting it when you put it on the back, and that does actually give you better balance. But these are the Kaweco, and what's nice about the Kaweco is they come in. Oh, I thought I had some tins. They come in nice tin. Oh, here. They always come in these lovely tins. Actually, this one is this size. So, and I love a tin. I do love a tin. So they come in those really lovely, nice tins. This is a Kaweco as well. These are the more expensive. These were the vintage ones that they were doing. So that posts there. These were the more vintage ones, which were really nice. I always write hello, how are you? I don't know why. It's just something, I suppose it's like the quick brown fox, isn't it? I don't know. So that's that there. But like in some of these Lamys, these more expensive ones will write a lot nicer than... Oh, I think that's run out. Hang on. Has it run out or is it just a little dry? Might be a little dry. No, that probably needs a new one. I'll have a look at it in a minute. So these are all cartridge, and again they're like this because I used to sit in the plane with them like this, and then when I'd be writing quotes, I'd start here, and I would write this, and then I would go along and I would use each one separately. These were limited edition last year. Lamy do limited edition ones. And again, it's like anything. Once they're gone, they're gone. It's like the Blackwing pens. You know, once they're gone, they're gone. So there was this one. Oh, they're in ink here. And these two. These were limited. Then this was a lot of these were limited ones. So this has a lot of my cartridge pens in because I would never travel with my ink pens. There was no point travelling with ink pens because then I would have had to travel with ink. So I have fountain ink pens in my office in America, which I would use when I was there, and then I would have them at home. Okay, so this was the first wrap that I got for my fountain pens. So, and it fitted 2 more in. So it used to fit 3, 6, 8. Now I've got so many, oh my gosh. And this was just from Toomey, and I don't even know what it is. It was a travel thing, and it was reduced from $145 to $20. And I thought, I'm having that. And so for years I would travel with this because I only had a few fountain pens. These kind of pens are quite cool, that are see-through. So you can see the ink, you can see that. Now that's got a shimmer in it. So you just have to give it a bit of a shake to shake the shimmer up. It's not going to show on camera because it's so fine, but that one does have a shimmer in. So all of these will have converters in. And these are Lamy converters. You get converters for every single pen. It's like a sewing machine. If you buy a Janome sewing machine, you can't put a Bernina foot on it. Do you see what I mean? So they're all sort of different like that. So Lamy, I think the Safaris, they're the first. And then the nibs go, you know, you can start off and then the nibs will go to steel and they'll get more and more. And then you also have, if they have a coloured thing, then they're cheaper than if they have the metal thing that's on them. But you can see my love is Lamys. I have mainly Lamys. These are Lamys as well. These are a lot more expensive. Ben bought me these. He bought me one for Christmas and one for birthday, I think. And it's the weight. These feel so lovely. I think these are called the Studio, and they're a lot more expensive. You can see I have certain colours, but you can just feel the difference. This pen is fine, but once you feel this one, you know, this one just feels cheaper. But if you're starting out and you want a lot, you can just go for the cheaper ones. That's gorgeous, isn't it? You see, look at that. Look at the gorgeous colour on that. I think that was last year. So I've seen a really gorgeous purple, which would be so nice to put in there. And this is the beauty. I can flick through. Where was that one? Look at that. That would be gorgeous. The Donna Victorina, or if I wanted, oh, that one. No, wrong colour. Ooh, the Purple Pizzazz, or even Winter Miracle. That would be gorgeous in there. So they always come with a blue cartridge in there, which I very rarely use. So those are sort of different pens. Like this pen was about 150, 200, I think, for a pen. I'd love a Mont Blanc. And it's the weight, it's the lovely feeling of them. And do you know what? You're adults, you should have a nice fountain pen. You've got to, if we don't keep writing in cursive writing and writing with fountain pens, it's just going to be totally lost. The whole thing is going to be lost. That's ink, isn't it? So this one now wants to go in here. So the reason they're separated is if I was to suddenly get on a plane to travel, I wouldn't take these because they have ink. I would take these, which have the cartridges in, because they're just easier to I can travel with cartridges. Okay, so other pens, these are TWSBIs. Now, I've got quite a lot of these, but I've never used one because I can't work out how to do it. I just haven't had the time, because with these are slightly different. They're like a reverse. Can you see the that it has? I don't know if you can see that. It has the thing built in. Okay, so these are just for ink, but I've just never got around to doing them. But they're again, these are mainly presents. Ben knows Christmas, Mother's Day, buy me pens, you know, and stuff like that. I think we have the largest selection of pens now, I think. And I'm just going to show you this platinum again, because again, this is platinum. But this was the one, we saw this in Germany last year. We saw this at a trade show, and they were talking about not releasing it to the public, but they did. And I showed it quickly the other night, but people were like, can we see that again? Because this is a pop-up. So you just press it. I have never, ever seen a fountain pen like that. And I might never, ever use this fountain pen because I just love doing this to it. So, you know, there we go. So those are fountain pens, and they're very, very addictive. And when I first I used to take them into Art from the Heart and then say to Ben, we should start selling these, get these. And he was like, no, 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 no. Then eventually he did. I usually get my own way. Look at it now with all the Tula fabric. Woo, it's all in there. And then slowly I get everybody else addicted on them, because if you're an addict, the first thing you do is you want to get somebody else addicted, because then it makes it okay. So I'll just show you some pages in here where it is behind. So can you see here? So this is the fountain pens. If I'm writing in cursive, I always do use fountain pens. So what I did here was I took my journal block and the other thing you need to know is they come in different size nibs as well. They come in like fine, extra fine, medium, broad. I'm more of a medium. I like medium. Okay. The only one I have that's really fine is this one, but it makes me feel quite opulent when I'm writing a check. We don't really have checks anymore, but I do have business checks. So it's quite opulent, but I don't know if you can hear, it's a little bit scratchy. So, but it just feels really nice. That is my grown-up pen. So what I did with this, I just took a pencil and I drew some lines on here. And then I wrote with my pen. And then I just rubbed the lines out. Okay, so that's, that's the type of thing that I do. Sometimes I'll write all over first, and sometimes I will write later. So here. So again, I just did some fine lines and wrote with a purple ink this time for this. And, purple again. Different shade of purple. So here the lines are still in, so I'm not sure if I was going to rub them out or just leave them there. I don't know. And I have a feeling that this was done before I did this. I think I wrote all over the page and then I stuck the collage on the top. So a lot of the writing is missing. A lot of the writing, because it's underneath. So that's that one. And there's another one. So with this one, I actually went round. I don't know if you saw. I started here and I went up and along and down, up and along and down, up and along and down, up and along and down. So, and again, if you've got things that you don't want anybody to see, they'll start off, they can read it, and then they can't be bothered. They can't be bothered turning the book round and round and round and round and round. So, and again, I wrote this first. So I just went up, along, down, up, along, down, up, along, down. And that's how you would sort of use it in your work as well, So, and then the Dyalog books, this one is called a handwriting book, because it's like you were at school. It has the 3 different lines. All right, so it has the lines like this. It has this line, it has this line, and then it has the dotted lines. Because when you were at school, it had to be, your small letters were in there, your big letters were there. Everything was like this, and then this one was down here. G-H-I. See? So that has those in there. And you can see where you can read that easier because there is the gaps between the pages. The normal one there. Oh, look at that. That just shows, you see, none of your inks are permanent. Inks aren't permanent, so that's got a little bit of a, I don't know what that is. But here you can see I've missed a page between, a line between. When I'm on the road, I tend to do every single line like this, because I'm always worried I'll run out of books. But when I'm at home, I tend to miss a line like this, because you can get so much. These are like $6 and you can get so much in them. But the beauty is you don't see it through. And it's the quality of the paper. If you're somebody who likes a traveller's notebook style or anything like that, you've got to try mine. Mine's a standard size and it will fit in your own, it'll fit in your travellers, it'll fit in the Midoris, it'll fit in all those, standard size. But it's the quality. It's the quality of the, but you can hear it. You hear that? And they're all like that. And I have black ones, I have... you know, I have loads of different ones. And even the black paper, it's the quality. It's the quality of the cardstock that's in there. So that's a blank one. That was a black. That's a blank. There's another black. These are ones I'm working on. There's another handwriting. Both those are handwriting, actually. Oh, that's the book underneath. You silly woman. So, yeah. And then I said I was going to show you how I... so let's just get this American phone kicking in. I'll turn it on. But I'll use the grid ones, I'll use the dot grid ones. I'll just turn this on, so we might get some calls come through, just ignore it. And then I take photos everywhere I go of quotes and things like that. So if I just go into my camera, I can bring some up. Let me find some for you. Why is it? There we go. All photos. You don't want to see the photos. There's lots of the kids on here. That's why I don't. Oh, there's wedding dresses for Emmy. This is the American phone, so it's not being up. It's probably not synced. Oh, here we go. So then I'll just pull them back up. So here we go. Please leave me alone. I've got a week's worth of work to do in 3 hours because I have the time management skills of a carrot. So if it's something like that, which I think might make a stamp or something, I will write it. I will print it. Okay, so I'll take a pen and I will write it in print. And this is the type of thing I do on a plane. And then I would just delete it off my phone. A week's work of work to do in 3 hours. That's always me because I'm too busy doing maintenance. Because I have time management skills of a carrot. And when I'm on the road, I do this in aeroplanes, and I also do it in breakfast in hotels. If I go down to breakfast, I always go a bit earlier, have an extra cup of tea, and I sit and I do quotes like this. And then I would delete it off here, okay? And normally I'll go through, use a different one every time. If I'm halfway through, this was interesting because the Americans, they made me laugh. They're like, what's this mean, PTO? It's like, it means please turn over. Okay, it's something that we've always done. It means please turn over because I'm halfway through a quote. So I want to know that that quote is longer. So it says PTO and here it says CF, which is carried forward. So I know that part of that was from the one before as well. So, and then, let me find another one. If it's not a sarcastic or funny or, you know, I will write it. Sorry, it's all Emmy in a wedding dress. She looks beautiful. She looks amazing, but I can't show you them. Oh, this is a good one. So let's take this green pen here. Oh, is this the one that wasn't working? Yes, typical, I take the one that's not working. Let's take this one. So this one is So that one day, 100 years from now, another sister will not have, I'll read it out when I've finished as well, will not have to dry her tears wondering where in history she lost her voice. Okay, and that was written by Jasmine Coe. Always credit. You know, if you're listening to me talk and I come out with one of my idiots, you know, one of my little things I say, if you're going to copy that quote, credit it. Right, Dyan Reaveley. You know, you have to credit things to people who said them, type of thing. So this was Jasmine Coe, and I love this. It's scream, so that one day, 100 years from now, another sister will not have to dry her tears wondering where in history she lost her voice. So that's what I do. And even if you don't use as many quotes as I do, I'm just going to turn this right off again now. It's still therapeutic writing them. You know, just writing them down clears your mind. I normally have my headphones on, I'll be listening to something and I'm just writing, and I have, you know, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And then I can be like, oh, I'm just going somewhere, I'll take this book. You know, if I'm going on a short trip, and I have all these quotes in here. Oh, that says carried forward, so that must mean I started at this side of the book. And I must have got to the end of that page there. There we go. Please turn over. You turn over, it's upside down, so you turn it and it'll come back. Okay. And if it's in a print like that, normal people scare me, but not as much as I scare them. If it's in a print, it's usually for something sarcastic or something, you know. No one is in charge of your happiness except you. And I just pull it out, and it just really inspires me to do things. Some of these are so old, some of these. The older you get, the harder it is to get somebody to share a horse costume with you. Why is that? What is it that nobody will share a horse costume with you? Okay, so that's how I use my pens and what I do with them. So I'm just going to flick it back round and see if I can see any questions. Let's have a look. Oops. My fingers are really bad today. Oh, Tom's sending me pictures of his new puppy, Roxy, the golden Labrador. Where we are. Emmy's wedding is at the end of July. So exciting, so exciting. You can't. Somebody's asked, can I recommend a starter pen? No, you have to go. You have to find one yourself, because what I recommend is not necessarily what would be good for you. Do you see what I mean? I've just given you loads of hints and tips there to, you know, buy a pen. You could start cheap and you could work up, or you could start expensive. It doesn't really matter. It's just what it is. But, you know, I just feel everybody, it's like, you know, people who wear watches, most people like to wear a nice watch. I like nice pens. I just love nice pens, and I like to write with them. I just think there's nothing nicer. Just, you know, it's like when I'm writing as well. This F here, that's my mum's F. She writes her Fs like that. I don't know how I write my F. So when I'm writing, when I'm away from home and I can see my mum. My mum's been gone long, long time. And it's really comforting to see my mum in my writing. And I know that when I'm gone, things like this with my writing in, they will keep, you know. And some of it's really bad. Look how scruffy that is. But I don't care. I don't do it to... there you go. In loving memory of when I gave a shit. That's what I think. I do it because I like to do it. And that's it. I love this one as well. I only attract psychopaths. So if you've ever had a crush on me, you better find yourself a good therapist. Oh, I tell you what, there was one in here as well. I actually posted it, but oh, there we go. When you're 20, this is what I was talking about last night. When you're 20, you care about what everyone thinks. When you're 40, you stop caring what everyone thinks. When you're 60, you realise no one was ever thinking about you in the first place. So good, isn't it? So good. I just like looking at things. Here, shout out to everyone who is trying right now. Trying to do the right thing. Trying to stay strong. Trying to hold on. Trying to let go. Trying to love themselves. Trying to find happiness. I see you. I'm there too. We are in this together. I just love quotes. I've always loved quotes. I always love doing them. And I find it very calming, very good for my mental health. But what I like about the things that I'm doing is this is still productive. You know, some people might think I'm wasting time. I'm actually regulating my mental health. But look what I get at the end of it. You know, I get all these that I can use again and again and again. And I have got, like I say, I've got hundreds. I've got cupboards full of stuff like this. And, oh my gosh, this was 2019, look. It's just really funny to see. To read some of them. There's bad words, I can't read all of them. I like long walks away from people. I'll read you some that are not supposed to bad. Of course your opinion matters, just not to me. You all know that. You all know... Oh! You all know I'm a straight talking Yorkshire woman. It is what it is. I'm actually tired this week. I think doing these every night, you panic. You're like, oh my God. You know, because so many people have said, oh, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. Why aren't you doing this? And I'm like, I'm just doing what I'm doing. But it just preys on you. And, you know, I can't get to sleep afterwards. It takes me hours to go to sleep. And I am tired, but it's, you know, we're still going. I'll do tomorrow. I don't know about Sunday. I'll decide. Tomorrow night I'll be up in the sewing room. Skincare products. I vary. My skin is like everything in my body. I'm allergic to a lot of things, so I can only use skincare for so long, and then I'll jump onto some other skincare, and then some other skincare, and then it'll come back round. But what I do is, so for example, I like Gatineau. If I'm using Gatineau, I use everything Gatineau. So I'll use the cleanser, the toners, the masks, everything in the Gatineau. And then that'll go for so long, and then I can feel my skin. So then I'll put that to one side, and then I'll use, I like Periscope. What is it called? MD, I think it's called Periscope, no, MD, that's quite good. I also like Tasha, which is a Japanese brand, but I cleanse, I tone and I moisturise, and I exfoliate, but not with cheap exfoliates. Most exfoliators are really bad for your skin. You want natural foliators, so like the Tasha one is made with rice powder. So that brand, and they look really expensive. Good skincare is Perricone, that's it. Good skincare is expensive, but it lasts forever. It lasts and lasts and lasts. So it's totally worth it. But you know, Gatineau's maybe mid-range. I use a lot of serums. I have a roller that I roll on my face and stuff like that. I put a lot of masks on, and I don't go out in the sun too much because I've just never been a sun person really. So yeah, so it seems to be all right, my skin. And every now and again it breaks out. Every now and again I get that late onset acne, I had it about 3 months ago again, and then I have to take antibiotics for that. But it's about once every 10 years I get late onset acne. And that's it really. So yeah. So Manuel, fascinating how to use and fill a fountain pen, completely new. Isn't it amazing how many people... I remember you only had a fountain pen at school when you could write proper joined up, proper cursive. And it was a big thing to be given a fountain pen, a massive thing to be given a fountain pen. So it's... to me, they're really special, you know. Elemis is a bit oily for me. I find it a little bit oily. I have quite dry skin, but Elemis is good. It's really, really nice. If anybody's going to try the Perricone, you have to get used to the smell first, okay? The Perricone MD, because they use a lot of fish plasma in there, and at first you soon get used to it, but it's really, really good. Is that? And I would go and get like a starter kit. Go into Sephora. I miss Sephora. Oh my God, I miss Sephora. Sephora is the mothership. And I was a, was it Ruby member? I was one of the top members. And I've probably lost all my privileges and points now. I don't know, but Sephora was great. But then I would go in and same with Tasha, I would go in and I would get a kit. So in the kit you would get cleanser, toner, a little bit of a scrub, something like that. And I think they're great because they last a long time, just those little bits. And then you can decide. And if you start using it and you like it, go in 1 week and buy a large cleanser. Carry on using the little kit, go in and buy a large toner. Carry on, go in and buy a moisturiser. So you're buying every now and again. Do you know what I mean? And then a big set. Oh my gosh, the last... I haven't travelled for 18 months and I've still got all my my Tasha stuff. And the Tasha never seems to run out. I'm trying to think of another one that was really... I've been through loads of them. I used to use Liz Earle years ago. The only one I don't like Clinique. I used to work for a beauty company, and one of our like little tricks that we used to do was we used to pour some of the Clinique toner into a little dish and light a match, and it used to go up. And we used to say, you see, that's what you're putting on your face. You've got to go for very natural stuff, and as you get older, a serum or a good really cream, you've got to nourish it. I have like these, I love these masks now that these collagen masks that you can put on your décolletage and that. And I do it for me. I don't have a partner. I don't want a partner. I haven't wanted a partner for a long time. I do it because I like my skin to feel nice. I used to be constantly on aeroplanes. It's very drying. It's very dehydrating. And so you feed your skin, I spend a lot of money on my hair, so I would spend money on my skin. You've got to do the basics. It's the basics that count, really. And, in hotel, and that's why I needed so much luggage. I would still cart it around. You just have a routine. But I've always had a routine. I've always had a routine. So, but thank you for talking about my skin. It's weird at the moment with this thing on my eye, and I've got a little patch there, but yeah. Do I use the same foundation as skincare? No, I haven't got any foundation on. I don't often put foundation on. I sometimes put a little bit of concealer under here, but I actually, if I do wear foundation, it's Kat Von D. I use the Kat Von D, and I also use Kat Von D's the concealer, which I sometimes put under here because I have quite hereditary dark circles there. So what I normally do is I'll put some of the concealer on there, and then I blend it in with a beauty blender, put a bit of powder, and then I just put a little bit of bronzer everywhere. I use Marc Jacobs bronzer. But I don't actually... I have tons of makeup because when you're travelling a lot, you do reward yourself a lot. So I rewarded myself in 2 places. One was Barnes & Noble, So I used to buy books, journals, pens, stuff like that. And the other one was Sephora. Me and Dina have practically every product there is. And we would go in saying we don't need any eyeliner pencils. Me and Dina, we've got yellow eyeliner pencils. I've got purple lipsticks. I've got everything because I'm like a little magpie and it's the colours. But that's what we used to do, the mothership. And the trick when you go to somewhere like that is to take a like-minded person. So me and Dina would always go shopping in Sephora together. And I wouldn't buy myself anything. I would buy Dina things. And she wouldn't buy herself anything. She would buy me things. And then there's no guilt. So we would sort of like look at baskets and then we'd maybe swap baskets. And I would pay for hers and she would pay for mine. And then you could hand on heart say, oh my gosh, this was bought for me. We do that all the time. If one of us buys a handbag, the other one buys a handbag. Dina has really awkward skin, actually. She has a condition. Have you never heard the tale of Dina when she stayed at my house? Dina has some kind of skin condition and she uses this quite strong, I don't know if it's a wash, a facial wash or something, I don't know. And she was staying at my house and I'd just got all brand new towels. You know how lovely it is when you buy brand new towels? And I just got all these brand new towels and Dina was staying with me. And anyway, we went shopping a couple of days later and she said, where can you buy towels? And I wasn't really thinking. And I said, oh, we can go in here or we can go in here. And I said, what are you buying a towel for? And she picked up a towel and it was very similar to my colours. And I went, why do you need a towel? If you need a towel while you're in this country, I'll lend you a towel. And she said, well, actually, and she'd used the skincare, used my new towel to clean it off. And she'd left an imprint. So it's like the Turin shroud. I've got a Dina shroud of a towel in my house. I've got her face in my towel. It's hilarious. And she'll tell you the same thing. But Dina's very good with her makeup as well. Dina always wears makeup. I don't. If I'm doing lives on a night like this, I'll put my makeup on about 5 p.m, an hour and a half before the live. I won't put it on all day because that's the other thing. When I'm on the road, I have to wear it quite a lot. I have to put it on, say, 7 in the morning, like for 12 hours. And I do use some foundation then, but not a lot. I use a spray to keep it. And I always use a primer underneath. So on my days off, I'll never put makeup on. And people at stores, they think it's funny because they'll see me teaching, say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with all my makeup on. And then when I go in on the Monday to clear up, I've got no makeup on. And I don't care. I don't care who sees me. I don't care who, sees me without makeup or whatever. I'll happily go out without makeup. It doesn't really bother. But I think your skin has to breathe. It really has to breathe. And the other thing I would always say is if you're still using soap, don't use soap. Soap is so drying. If one thing, even if you don't have a lot of money, you can buy a cheap cleanser and toner, something like Simple, and you'll really notice the difference. I have a really expensive face cream that I treated myself to about 2 years ago, and I use it every night and I've just run out. So I've had it for like 2 years. But that was really expensive, but it is rather gorgeous. But it's just, just find something and do. And it's the same with skin, like with fountain pens. I can tell you what I use, but it might be rubbish on your skin. I can't recommend anything to you. Do you know what I mean? Exfoliation is good, but don't buy a cheap exfoliator because they're quite often made of like shells and things, and they're really hard. They'll say, oh, it's an apricot scrub. That's the shell of it, that's a hard shell, and they're very harsh for your face. So just do that. A really nice thing that I like to use at the moment is I've got a jade roller. They seem to be all the rage. And it's like a brayer. It's like this, but it's made of jade. And it's so cool. If you have lymphatic problems, use them. And you just everything comes down. So you would do this and you would run it this way, and then you would run it this way, and then you would come down here and come down here. And they always have instructions in, and they are so cooling, and they used to be fabulous. Getting off a plane when I was so bloated, they just used to really drain. That's one thing I don't miss, the airline bloat, because I see pictures of me last January, February, and I'm the same weight, but my face looks like that. My face looks really big and round, and I was just bloated. And since I've been home, you know, people say to me all the time, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight. I haven't lost any weight. I'm exactly the same, but I'm just not bloated. I'm just not bloated at all. So I love skincare. I love, even when I was skint, even when I was bringing up the kids on my own, I used some form of skincare. Your face is your face. I would never do anything to my face. I would never have Botox. I would never have, that's the name, gouache, I don't know. Anyway, that's the name. I would never have a talk. I would never, your face is what is your face, you know. And I would never have anything like that. But I like to look after the, what I've got. And also my friend, one of my good, lovely bestie friends, Susie, is the manager of Boots. Well, the whole Boots, not just the beauty department. So she would slap me if I didn't look after my skin. But yes, I do that. And I'm a sucker for anything skincare, anything. Oh, the other thing I have a, they don't make them anymore, but I've seen other brands. I have a Clarisonic. I have a couple actually. And my travel one, which was leopard skin, has just broken. I'm gutted. And I just tried to find loads of lids. So a Clarisonic is a handheld, it's got like a cleanser brush, and what you do is you dampen it and you put your cleanser on it, and then you do this, and it does 2 minutes. So you just do this and it just like cleanses and massages. It gets right in, it gets all over your face, and I adore them, but the company's not working anymore. So I hunted around to get, because the brush works for so long, then you have to get a new brush on the end, and I got loads of new brushes for it. So I have the mini one and I have a big one, and I used the mini one more, and the mini one's just stopped working. I was gutted. So I'm using my big one at the moment. I have a big one because you could do it for you could use it for pedicures as well. I think you can buy different things. But I bought that in Sephora about 8 years ago, and it was expensive then, but it's one of the best things I had because it really gets into your skin. So I will go up to the house, put a bit of cleanser on, rinse it off, and then I'll put some on the brush, and I just sit. It's like an electric toothbrush, 2 minutes. Zzz, I do one side of my face, it beeps to tell me it's a minute, and then I do the other side of the face. Then I rinse it all off, really rinse it off with cold water, and then toner, serum, and then my creams. So on a night, throat creams always go this way. Eye creams always with your index finger, a little bit on your index finger, and you tap, 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 and then your moisturiser everywhere else. And you never put moisturiser near your eyes. You know, you should have an eye cream there. And it always makes you feel better. And even if I'm not putting makeup on, I'll still cleanse and tone, because it's investing time in you. It's just investing time in you. And I'm very, very OCD. I have to do things a certain way. So I would panic if I didn't do things like that. For example, this morning I was going to look after Edith, because Katie has taken Edith and Martha away for the weekend. So I went to look after Edith so she could finish packing. And I said I wanted to see Martha. Martha was going off to nursery, and I wanted to see Martha before. So I said I'll be round for 8 o'clock in the morning. So I set my alarm for 7, and then I was just sort of laid in bed like this, and then I got a WhatsApp from Emmy saying something, and I was like, oh, I looked, and it was 7:25, and I was like, oh my God. So I jumped out of bed. I just jumped out of bed, flicked my face, teeth, made a cup of tea, ran. And when I got back, I couldn't settle because I hadn't made my bed. I couldn't settle because I hadn't made my bed. How bad is that? And so I came home. It was about 1:30. Had to go straight into my bedroom. I mean, there's not much needs doing because I don't move much in my sleep. I just have to put an extra pillow up and just straighten it. but because of my, because I have to have everything in order, I have to have everything ordered, I couldn't settle. And I'm a bit like that sort of with my skincare. When I go into a hotel, whether I'm staying for one night or a week, I have to empty all my suitcases, all 3 suitcases. I have to put all my skincare out. I have to put my makeup out. I have to put things out in certain orders, and I have little routines. I have to do my routines, otherwise the sky will fall down. And the sky hasn't fallen down yet, so that obviously means it's working. See? So I will still continue doing all my little routines. Weird, isn't it? We're all weird. Anyway, so tomorrow night I will be in the sewing room. I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, but I'll find something and I shall show you some knitting bits and some little bits of sewing. I might sew tomorrow, you know. I have got a Tim quilt that needs the backing and the wadding. It needs quilting. So I might do that tomorrow. I've got loads of work to do and I'm not going to do it. So I might quilt because nobody will visit me tomorrow. Saturday's sort of my day, so I might do that. And then I'll see you in... who's that? Is that Jay or is that Emmy? What if it's Jay on the Mr. Boo Jar? Yeah, it's going back up to the house at Jay. I think it's Jay. Do I have a home in New Jersey? No, hotel. I have a hotel just across from New Jersey, but just across from Ranger, because I work till about 11 o'clock at night and I come out at 11 o'clock at night and then I run across the car park into the hotel. And then I get up at 7 and I run across the car park and I go into work. And people say, why are you at work from 7 in the morning till 11 at night? Because between 9 and 5, I don't get any blooming work done because everybody talks to me. So I get more work done between 7 and 9 in the morning and 5 and 11 at night. And then I just run across the car park. But I'm very concerned because it's been a Marriott forever. And I am a... I don't know, Platinum Elite or something in Marriott. So I always get a little sweet. I get a little sweet over there. And they're no longer a Marriott. They're a Sonesta. I've never even heard of Sonesta. So does that mean I've got to go back to a grotty little room? I can't fit all my suitcases in a normal room. So I'm used to my suite. Isn't it funny how you get... oh, new classes, yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what I need to do. If you don't know already, the Ish books. The Ish books, we've done random number whatevers on the 5 people who've won the Ish books. And it's Shanna van, oh, I think this is Dutch. Shanna van Boergerigen. I'm not quite sure if that's Liz Lee. Oh, she's British. Name it Hornsey, I think. Linda Hockenberry Greenaway. Doreen Urquhart, and Tanya Davis. You need to message Emmy or message the Dylusions page with your address and I will sign the books for you and get them out. And then there's 2 new classes being released. So one of them is the mini journaling. There's a little video on my page telling you all about it. So one of them is doing that and the other one is doing the tumbling blocks with the quilting, which both requested classes. Where's the tumbling blocks? These are the tumbling blocks. So the mini collage is a 4-day class and the tumbling blocks is a 1-day class. I'm having next weekend off, so it's Monday, I think it's the 24th. Is it Monday the 24th? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the mini collage, and then the following Sunday the 30th is the tumbling blocks. Okay, so so if you've enjoyed this week, this mental health week, where I've been doing all these free things. I'm really happy doing free things, but I have to make a living as well. So, you know, if you're thinking, oh, I've really enjoyed it, one way of repaying it would be to maybe take a class. Maybe take one of my paying classes would be lovely. Either one of the old ones or one of these. See if you like it. You know, if you're feeling really you've enjoyed this week, you can take a week-long class and do. And that would really help me, because I love doing free things. It's great to do free things, but I have to put food on the table. I have to employ everybody and do as well. So that would just mean a lot to me if you could. You know, a lot of people have written to me and they've said, no, this has been great. You know, it's wonderful. How can I repay you? You could buy a class. That would be really nice. And we do have small classes start from £15. So if you go on this page, it's usually pinned. She normally pins the classes to the top of the page. I'm wearing this. There's a video. I'm wearing this because I only did it this afternoon. And the link is always on there. And the link will take you to Etsy. You pay on Etsy. You get an email. Don't forget it's the weekend. Emmy is entitled to some time off. So, you know, I get people saying, I booked this class 3 hours ago and nobody's come back to me. And it's like, seriously, Emmy's probably asleep or she's had a day off, you know. But she will get back to you with a link to a Facebook page, and then you just request to join the Facebook page. You have to answer the questions. There's questions and you have to answer them. So if you have a different name, if your Facebook page is a different name to your email, etc., we sort of need to know, and then Emmy will put you in that page. And that's where the classes are in there. You can take any of the old classes. They are still valid. I think I've got 34 single classes, and I think I've got 16 week-long classes. They're all on Etsy, and all the videos are there. You can watch them, and they'll be there for as long as Facebook keep them there. I've been having a new website made. It takes ages for websites to be done, and they will all be on there eventually, because I do worry whether Facebook will stop things. So eventually the classes will all be on the website, so then you will have you know, access to them. So and they're really good fun. Some people just watch them and then do it later. Some people try to keep up with me, but I am very fast because you can always replay it again and again and again. So you know, my advice would be maybe watch it, see what happens, and then go do that again. So yeah, okay, so I shall see you about the same time tomorrow up in the sewing room. Okay, bye.